So we now show on the screen the people who keep us alive and strong to transfer technology, especially for helping the poor. We have the partner institutions here. And the next slide, we have our corporate members. Manilo Carlos just passed away. He was a very dear friend, and we pray for him. And here are the individual members. Okay, now let's proceed. I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Fe de la Cueva, who has quite a distinguished background. She has a doctorate all the way from Los Baños, and she has written 64 articles at such a tender age. 64 articles, 2 books, and was proclaimed outstanding researcher both in 2019 and in 2020. She'll talk to us about a very important topic. And as we said, our department chair said that our objective is not just the forum, but to make sure that the 1,000 participants who join us use this knowledge to propagate whatever they get here to achieve our objective. Our objective is not just knowledge, but actually, as we talked about, countryside development and minimizing poverty. And that's what we want to measure ourselves. We'd like to ask Dr. De La Cueva, first of all, for cell number, because instead of going to bureaucracy, you can put directly her cell or office number. Dr. De La Cuesta, can you give us your cell number now, please? Just announce it on the screen so that people who don't look at the chat box will hear it around the world. Could you do that, Dr. De La Cueva?
Sure. Personal cell phone number, it's 0967-421-2042.
Thank you. Yes, you know, that's very nice because many people, they give their office number, they don't want to be disturbed. So she's giving us her personal number. How nice of you, how generous of you. Now, let me say that we start by asking the person, not just to give knowledge that she wants to give to us, but to give us 5 or 10 minutes how she got into this, so that we're inspired by her motivation. And it gives a personal link because our objective is to talk to the speaker after the forum so we can find out how we can spread it more. No? So Dr. Fe de la Cueva, give us 5 minutes how you got into it, what motivates you. Then you go into your talk. Now during your talk, the second request is that during your talk, please remember that your audience are people who are not students, but people who are already in their professional lives, and they want to spread what you have. Sometimes we give help in terms of getting loans for the program. Sometimes we get it through talking to people. UPLB, for example, spoke here. Took about 3 months, and then we called up. Took them 1 week to have it done because we have good relations. It could be contacting, could be anything you want us to do. So please include that as part of the end of the talk. How we can use your knowledge, what you share with us, to spread it to achieve our objective of countryside development and actually poverty minimization. That's what we really want to do. So on that note, let's proceed. First, 5 to 10 minutes for personal life, and then her talk, where she will include what we want her to guide us so that we can spread her wisdom and her expertise. Now, after I do this, the president is in Australia, so acting in his stead to moderate the forum will be Robert Chupanco, who is heading this group called ABCD, Leads and Needs. We tell him what it is, and then he makes it alive through another website, which is even more active than our Viber sites, because they talk there and they make deals, etc. So he'll be the one, and he's an outstanding entrepreneur. So on that note, Dr. Fe de la Cueva, the floor is yours. Please go ahead.
Okay, good morning, everyone, and thank you, ABCDF. Is it the
foundation? Yes.
Yeah. It's the foundation, Agribusiness and Countryside Development Foundation Incorporated. Thank you for inviting the Institute of Plant Breeding to this gathering. But before I start, I would like to introduce the members of the Executive Committee of IPB and as well as the Research and Development RDE Committee of the Institute. Let me guess.
We're grateful because she's the director. I mean, just to be clear,
okay.
she's the
so,
director of the Institute of Plant Breeding.
I think you know Ms. Flor Carandang, the
yes.
section head of vegetable section. Ma'am Bebs, please come forward. Sorry. Dito sa tabi ko na lang. And this is our Deputy Director, Dr. Maria Luisa Guevara, who is in charge of papaya, ornamentals, and medicinal crops. Okay. With us is the division head of the perennial crops and asexually propagated crops, Miss Leia Villavicencio. Leia.
Good morning,
okay.
everyone.
We also have here with us the section head of the cereal section. Yeah, Mr. Mark Parducho.
Morning po.
Yes, very young, just like me. And also the manager of the National Seed Foundation, Engineer Manny Amatorio here.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're honored. It's the first time we have the director with the top people with her. Unfortunately, it was supposed to be 8 to 9 and then 9 to 10, lots of questions. But since we got delayed, it's 9 to 10. Nevertheless, worldwide, it's going around and we're going to beam this wherever we can. So we're very grateful you brought your whole staff and we're honored you did that. You gave us importance. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you.
I have to invite them to join us today. So if you have questions, they're willing to answer. And if you need several anything from their section, right here, they can answer whatever you would like to ask. Or
thank you, doctor. You know, I am an alumnus of UPLB. I'm the oldest student. At 34 years old, I went there. I had one doctorate, 2 master's degrees from the United States, but they said, you're nothing unless you go to UPLB. So I'm also very familiar with, Emil Javier, et cetera, et cetera. And we know technology is what will help our country, not so much subsidy, but technology. And that's what you have, doctor. And I would like to congratulate you with your 2 books and so many articles. And you're right, you're kind of young to be the head, but congratulations. Please go ahead.
Okay, so allow me to share my screen. Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So good morning again, everyone. And I would like to introduce the Institute of Plant Breeding. And this is what I will be discussing this morning, the things that we are doing here at the Institute. But the title of my presentation is about the innovative plant breeding technologies for agribusiness. And I hope this will be the start of a strong collaboration with ABCDF as Mr. Barcelona says. The Institute was established by virtue of a presidential decree.
Excuse me, Dr. De La Cueva. If you don't mind, give us 5 minutes as to how you got involved in this, what you're passionate about, etc. Because we want the personal feeling about you. It's how you got into this area and what drives you, what motivates you. So instead of just the presentation, you want to know who you are and what drives you.
Okay, so is it okay if I just continue with my presentation and then after this, we'll talk about those things?
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, please go ahead.
So there'll be lots of time to discuss a lot of things. Okay, thank you very much. So again, this is our beginnings. We were established in June 5, 1979, by virtue of Presidential Decree 729 as the National Breeding Center of all crops except rice. Okay, What's happening? And then in 1976, the PD 729 was amended for the establishment of the National Plant Genetic Resources Laboratory. This is the national repository of all planting materials, again, except rice. And then in 1992, we were declared as the lead agency for crop biotechnology research through RA 7308 of the Seed Industry Development Act. That's why we're very active in the NSIC, or the National Seed Industry Council, where I met Mr. Barcelona. Okay, this is the vision of the Institute. We want to be the leading institute in development of crop varieties in the Philippines and in Southeast Asia. And our mission is to strengthen plant breeding work in the Philippines, to support national programs for intensified production of major crops, and to conserve genetic resources. Okay, these are the mandates of the Institute. We are continuously developing new and improved varieties of important agricultural crops. We undertake investigations in plant breeding and allied disciplines related to crop improvement. We systematically collect, introduce, preserve, and maintain a germplasm bank of important and potentially useful agricultural crops. Again, this is by virtue of the Presidential Decree 1046A. And then we also assist other agencies in the multiplication of quality seeds and vegetative materials of crop varieties. We enter into agreement or relationships with similar institutions or organizations, both national and foreign, in furtherance of the above purposes. And maybe this is one of the reasons why I am here presenting what is IPB. Okay, so in terms of doables, we develop varieties and technologies, and that includes the low-hanging fruits. And we also promote and commercialize our varieties. We distribute seeds and planting materials. We conduct trainings, and we offer other services related to crop improvement. So, of course, our outcome is we're trying to contribute to food security and farmers' productivity. So we are working strategically to fill the gaps in terms of indigenous fruit, crops, new crops, and then amidst adversities such as stress tolerance and production stress problems and other production systems, we also create opportunities. And then we try to do market segmentation in the major crops and sharpen the tools on new technologies. Our major programs include germplasm collection and conservation, varietal development, and plant breeding technologies, seed multiplication and technology, dissemination, and linkages with other institutions. So with that, this is the thing that we want to share with you this morning. With all these things that we have accomplished, what can we offer to you? Okay, these are our products. As I've said, we're developing varieties and we're generating new technologies. We generate knowledge and we develop expertise through our staff. So in terms of varieties, we have our model crop, which is the Sinta Papaya hybrid. And this was developed in the early 90s, tama ba? Okay, so this is our Sinta variety that is being commercialized by the East West Seed Company. And we have this licensing agreement with East West Seed Company. So they're now the ones who are selling the seeds, not only in the Philippines, but in other parts of the world. So I think this data is not updated. Right now, there are more than 9 countries in the world that are planting Sinta papaya. Okay, we have several hybrid papaya in the pipeline, like Hirang, Timyas, and Liag. And these are now ready for commercialization. And I think we have entered into a licensing agreement with Allied Botanical, but we haven't started yet. And we haven't really transferred the technology yet. In terms of mung bean, okay, we have several varieties of mung bean, and we call them pag-asa. All the IPB bred varieties of mung bean are called pag-asa. We started with pag-asa 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. And these varieties are being used by other countries like Taiwan in their varietal hybridization or varietal improvement program. We also have soybean varieties, and we call them tiwala. So how many varieties do we have right now? We're now on the Tiwala 21. Okay, so these are the different soybean varieties that we have developed here at the Institute. And some of these varieties are being used by private institutions or companies in their processing activities or in their business. We also have this IPB VAR6 corn grits. Okay. This VAR6 has quality protein content, and this is highly recommended as mixed. We mix it with rice. What is the percentage mixture that we're now recommending? So 70 corn and then 30% rice. Okay. So, okay. This variety is good for people with high blood sugar because it has a low glycemic index. Okay. We also have several varieties that were released, and these are the Seaguard N41 253, the CN N15, and Seaguard N114. So these are now being multiplied or seed produced for distribution to interested stakeholders. We also develop Lakatan banana varieties, and these are the different Lakatan varieties that we have. The Mapilak, we have actually Mapilak 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we are distributing this to interested banana growers because these banana varieties have resistance to both the virus and the insect vector. The virus is called banana bunchy top virus, which is destroying our Lakatan industry. So with this Mapilak varieties, farmers can now continuously grow the Lakatan for more than 5 years. So we are also distributing this not only to tissue culture laboratories, but also to our cooperatives or banana growers cooperatives. We have new banana varieties or cooking banana varieties, the Saba, Dakila, and the Dipig Makisig. These varieties have characteristics that are acceptable to the market. Okay. We also multiply and distribute indigenous fruits. We have vast collections of these indigenous fruits like katmon, batuan, tampoy, haggis, baligang, and lipote. The new generation is no longer acquainted with these different indigenous fruits. So we're introducing them to different municipalities to conserve them and let them utilize these indigenous fruits. We have also developed several vegetable varieties, but we focus mostly on pakbet mix. So we have squash, and recently we have commercial, or it's getting me in the internet. Okay, we have registered 2 or 3 tomato varieties under the National Seed Industry Council. And very soon we'll be registering a new tambuli type upo. Right, Flor? Okay. So not only crops that are for food security, but we also breed for ornamental varieties. And these are the varieties of ornamentals that we have developed so far. We have different hibiscus varieties, Hoya, Musaenda, and Vinca. And I think these are now very popular, right, Ma'am Bebs? And we are commercializing them, but only on a very small scale. We do not have enough people to mass produce them. Okay. Recently, we're able to identify purple sweet potato, and this is now being used and by the Food Science, Institute of Food Science and Technology and the Institute of Animal Science. And I think they're ready for registration. Very soon, we'll be submitting them to NSIC for registration. In terms of cassava, we have a lot of commercial cassava in the pipeline. And these are also being evaluated by the Institute of Food Science and Technology and the Institute of Animal Science. And we got good reviews from our stakeholders on the use of one. And this lakan is being utilized by Doña, ano ngayon? Okay, so this is being planted in Pampanga. In terms of technologies, we have this hydroponic solution that is being sold by the National Seed Foundation. Okay. And there are being registered under our TTBDO, or the Technology Transfer and Business Development Office, and they will be available anytime. Okay. We also generate knowledge that is being shared to interested stakeholders. We have tissue culture technologies, genomics, and other genetic engineering technologies, as well as we have products of new breeding techniques and genetic engineering. We have a BT eggplant that has been ordered by the Supreme Court to stop the propagation. But we're working on its continuous activities. Okay, one of the assets that we have is human resources, wherein we have experts who serve as trainers, and we have plant breeders, entomologists, plant pathologists, people from NPGRL, from physiology, genetics, and other extension worker who are being tapped by private companies to either as resource persons, or they hire them as breeders, entomologists, plant pathologists. So we share them with private sectors. And whenever somebody resigns from IPB and recruited by a private company, we very much welcome such move. Pero hindi ikaw, Mark, ha? Not yet. Okay, not yet. Okay. And we have collaboration with government institutions, the UST and DA being our partners. We also work with state universities and colleges all over the Philippines, as well as with international organizations who fund our research, and international universities. We send our staff to these universities to gain more expertise, and in turn, they're also supporting our research. Okay, this is the Institute of Plant Breeding. We have more than 100 administrative personnel, less than 100 academic staff. But we hire a lot of contract of service staff to be able to generate outputs. So I think this is all about the Institute of Plant Breeding.
So interesting. Well, thank you, Doctor. And what do you call that? We have Paradiso Team Farm, which is in Mendez, no? And then we do the best practices. So surely, I'll be inviting my team to visit you and then learn from you. And then you can even use our place, Doctora. No, do I call it Dr. Fe? Yeah, Dr. Fe.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, Fe. Yes, to pick up with us kasi I'm offering this to all members free to go to our place to learn the best practices. We are not organic, we're not what do you call anything, but the best practices. We're showing the customers the different ways to plant, you know, and then we'd like to learn from you. And then who do we contact, Fe? Sino ba pwede namin makontak?
You can send your email to our official email address, the Institute. Ano ating email? Pakilagay sa chat group. We will be in the chat box.
I will also type my chat in the chat box, my name, etc. But you can ask your assistant to contact us, including yung chief namin, si Myra. Congratulations and keep it up. Huh? So I want you to be part of the Leads and Needs of Management Association of Agriculture. It's a thread ka lang ng Viber. So every now and then, you can just, there you are. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and so...
sir, if you need any training from IPB, nandito po lagi yung mga staff namin willing to assist you.
Wow, thank you. Is that may bayad or libre?
Depende po sa usapan.
Understandable.
Sa type of training, yung mga seed production, free of charge yun. Siyempre yung mga high-end activities like the tissue culture,
yeah.
May bayad.
A quick one, no? Mayroon akong nakakitang banana bred out of North America, no? Ang pangalan niya plantain.
Yes.
Plantain, ang laki. Like, sabihin na natin, double the size of Cavendish or whatever, no? Gusto ko ngayon tissue culture yon. Okay. And then, we will now outsource that. I mean, parang contract growing. Tapos gagawin namin ng chips.
Oh.
Kasi very healthy siya, less sugar, and then a little more starchy. Tapos gagawin namin yung potato chips. Tapos i-distribute namin yan, no, to our customers. No? Can you do our tissue
Okay, sir.
culture?
Apo. Kasi yung our tissue culture lab is they have expertise on banana tissue culture, but all you have to do is visit us and let's talk about it. We're ready to help you. I think the plant that you're talking about is called tindok.
Sige. You're choppy a bit, but
choppy. Sir, is it tindok?
Tindok. Tindok. Yeah. Yes, I think it's tindok. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yes.
Yes. Yan po yung saging na walang puso.
Yes.
We have it in the germplasm, sir, we have it in the germplasm collection.
We have, may we invite everybody to ask who has a question? Nasa Mendez yung aming paradiso.
Sa Mendez.
Okay. And then we ask, anybody wants to ask a question, please, any question, para nag-ibang format ito. Parang
I have some questions.
Yeah. Ayan. Cesar, please ask your question.
Good morning, Doctora. Thank you very much for an interesting and informative discussion. I have some suggestions and some questions. Okay, so I'll suggestions. One, yung sa BT plant, I think this no more generic issues, GMOs, and I think there's a lot of disinformation. My suggestion is perhaps you can link up with Phil Rice and CAMP. CAMP is Coalition for Agri-Modernization in the Philippines, which is UP Los Baños based. So link up with these groups to counter the disinformation. Okay. Number two, it will also be good, I think, if you can, but I might have missed it, if you can quantify your successes and including the peso quantification. So may pagyayabang, especially the nutritious. Really. Number three, you're on the beginning end, on the seed end, baka you can also link up with those on the post-harvest. Kasi post-harvest, malaki ang losses So farmers and growers can see from the seed end until the post-harvest. Okay. I have two questions after mentioning those. I have two questions. One is, we're already looking at the foods for the future. I listed here algae, seaweeds, beans, legumes, nuts, wild grains and cereals, lab-grown meat, false bananas, insects, and heat-resistant coffee. Wala na ang insects sa inyo dyan, but I'm just wondering, are you also, to what extent are you looking into the foods for the future? That's my first question. Number two, how does IPB compare with other institutes in other countries? So yun, those are my questions. Thank you.
Okay. In terms of food for the future, meron po kaming mga crops, leguminous crops that were developed here at the Institute. And we're now looking at mass production of those crops. Yun nga, soybean, mung bean, other leguminous crops, and even the indigenous leguminous crops. Yun po yung mga nasa pipeline na namin, yung mga leguminous crops na they're being tapped as a substitute for meat. Di po ba? And in terms of algae, we don't have research on that. But for insects, nakita namin alternate source dito ng protein, we really haven't started that research yet. Although we saw a lot of institutions who are selling insects as yung chips, di ba? Pero sa IPB wala pa tayo. What we're doing is mass propagate insect pests that are destroying our crops. Ayun, sir. Sir, dun sa suggestion nyo regarding our BT eggplant, yung pong camp is having their meeting here regularly. They
Okay.
have their office here downstairs. So meron na po silang piniprepare na mga resolutions or to support the commercialization of BT eggplant. Kasi ang
I am
dami
with CAP, so I know, but kailangan ng social-wide information campaign because the disinformation is also mass-based. Okay.
nga po, sir. May ginagawa naman po ang IPB together with CAMP and the National Academy of Science and Technology when it comes to information dissemination of our BT eggplant. And we're also working very closely with PhilRice kasi sila rin yung tinamaan itong
Rice.
LEAP. Opo. So, join hands po kami.
Your successes, if you can document your successes.
Oh, sir. Ito po kasi isang area na medyo weak kami kasi yung funds namin is all about research, but we're starting to build up our capacity para ma-assess yung extent ng reach ng aming mga products. We have this seed system project that is assessing the extent of impact our seeds of our varieties and technologies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Opo. With regards naman with our status with other international organizations, plant breeding institutes, we work very closely with them. So in a way, we get our trainings from those international organizations and like mga and other organizations abroad. So sila po yung source ng aming knowledge o updating yung mga info that we have. I think so far at par naman tayo. But ang focus po kasi ng IPB in the past is more on open pollinated varieties. But nakita namin farmers are more interested in hybrid crops. So meron po kami mga crops in the pipelines na hybrid nakita namin na we can offer them at a much lower price siguro than hybrid companies. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Ramon. May we ask Ramon to, sige, go ahead. Please shoot your question to our very important speakers.
Tanong lang naman, ma'am, kung willing kayo na mag-set up dito ng breeding area sa Negros ng mga ating mga plant seeds. Willing ba kayo mag-set up? Para siyempre malayo yung Luswanya sa amin eh.
Opo. Sir,
also meron tayo rito ng DTI na lagrangha, pero I don't know kung meron silang breeding. Are you willing to share your knowledge and talent dito sa amin? Ano bang kailangan namin para makastart tayo ng ganun? Kasi I could work with one school here, Central Philippine State University, together private sector kami. Pwede tayo mag-joint na mag-set up tayo ng mga planting material dito sa Negros para lang sa mga small farmers natin. Wow. Pwede ba po, ma'am? Anyway, kukunin ko na po mamaya, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ayan.
Thank you, sir, for that, for asking that. Kasi currently we are in close collaboration with USEC Navarro for the DAUSEC for operations, and we submitted a proposal on bringing IPB to the regions because we want to help the other organizations, particularly the state universities and colleges in setting up plant breeding activities. Hinihintay na lang po namin kung mabibigyan na ng fund this year. So I think you're listed po as one of our collaborators, Angeline. Listed na si Sir. Sir, please give us your address and contact number kung pwede po sa chat box.
Doctora, if I may second Doctor, if I may support the request of Ramon Oy, he's a major agribusiness proponent in Bacolod. And he already has tie-ups with SUC there and with farmers and with student groups, no? So it's don't just view him as one person, but there's already a coordinated agribusiness trust there. So I think mabilis yung multiplier effect dyan. So I second the request of Ramon.
Ayun. Thank you, sir, for telling us about Sir Ramon. And we will definitely communicate with him regarding this project. Kasi wala pa tayong contact or except plan, ha? But, sir, saan yung location ng kay Sir Ramon na area?
Negros kami, sa Bacolod. Negros, pero mayroong school dito sa Kabangkalan.
Sa Kabangkalan. Okay, sir.
School dito naman, hindi naman yung DA, no? Okay naman kasama sila. But para mapabilis siguro, kayo, kami, private sector, saka yung school. Then maybe later on, hindi naman natin yung, pero alam mo naman, para mapabilis natin, implement natin, kami naman magpa-fund, we're willing to put up on fund kung kailangan para ma-accelerate.
Ma'am Bebs, so our deputy director is here and she's the project leader of this participatory plant breeding. So sir, siguro the soonest possible time na we can visit him is in August. Okay, sir. Sir, we'll call you after this meeting to set the date na we can visit you and discuss this collaboration.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am Bebs, magtatawag.
Doctora, you mentioned you have a group there for participatory thrust, you know?
Apo, participatory plant breeding.
Yeah, that's interesting. Can you give some more details? Diba? There might be others with questions.
Apo. Sir, ito po yung aming proposal nga sa DA. Kasi we want to bring IPB to the region para yung mga outputs namin, yung mga varieties, mas madali yung utilization. So right now, maganda naman po yung yung feedback from DA. So maybe we'll start with this project this year, hopefully this year. Ang plano po namin, we will have this on-the-job training muna. Yung mga interested na people from SUCs, regional field offices of DA, and possibly from private industry, pupunta dito sa IPB for for a training on plant breeding. We will teach them the from selection hanggang actual hybridization work. And then if you have the materials, yung mga promising materials, you can bring them here at the institute. We'll grow them and we do the hybridization. And once we have the genetic materials, we can bring them to your area for adaptability trials. If they're adapted, we can easily commercialize them. Or first, syempre, i-register muna natin sa NSIC. So yun po yung overall thought kung paano namin dadalhin yung IPB sa region or to different places. Kasi we want to replicate our staff kasi kukunti po kami. So if we can train people from your group, at least dadami yung mga breeders natin. Not only breeders, but even plant pathologists, entomologists, physiologists. Yun po yung aming isang capacity building a proposal.
I think that's very interesting, Doctora. No? Just a follow-up. Will the local counterparts need a minimum set of equipment or items? So that's my thinking. Or will IPB also give the minimum set of equipment pieces?
Yun po yung reality. We don't have funds, but we're asking for support from the Department of Agriculture. One thing na gusto sana namin, magkaroon ng breeding stations doon sa different provinces para when we go there, alam namin kung saan kami pupunta. And yung mga activities, pwedeng doon na talaga lahat i-conduct by ano po, by region or even oo, ha? Opo, isinama po namin sa proposal yung mga facilities. Pero minor lang po naman when it comes to breeding. For sure, meron na kayo ng mga sa seed processing facilities. Yun lang po naman ang mga minor facilities na kailangan natin.
Tissue culture is not a minor facility.
Hindi, sir. Opo. So, kung yun po talagang ang maganda, sir, you can propose sa DOST kasi they give funds para ma-establish ang tissue culture facility sa different places.
Okay.
Pero we can provide the expertise. Yung mga nandito po yung aming mga researchers na willing na mag-train ng staff ninyo.